Well, you have one of the greatest names of all time, Kevin. And so we've been talking about doing this for a minute now and talking about Augustine there in Kenya. And so, yeah, maybe just tell us a little bit about yourself, how long you've been coming here to Reach.
Okay. This Easter is going to be Sue and I's third year at Reach. We found you during COVID, and you were one of the few churches that were still operating normally, and heard your first sermon, and we've been coming back ever since.
Yeah. So when we inherited you and Sue, we also inherited Augustine. So
you did.
Yeah.
I met Augustine in 2016 when I went on a mission trip with a different church, and he was a headmaster in a school. It wasn't in Nairobi. He'd lived in Nairobi, but he found work with a nonprofit from the United States.
That's right.
In 22, he got let go. His contract ended in that, and he called me and he said, "You know, I'm really in dire straits. I want to start another school, but I need some support." So he grew it to over 200 kids in that first year. Without knowing where the funds were going to come from, trying to feed them, trying to be dad to them, and also trying to work with their families.
Right.
And so this is the second year of the school. He's at 158 kids right now, and we're going month to month on budget, and he's renting the facility, but they've done a lot of renovation for that.
Right, and still, I mean, the conditions of these schools is not what we see next door, you know?
No.
These are tin walls, dirt floors. He came here this last summer, and we raised some money, and he brought those resources back, and just seeing the pictures of the kids, and seeing the pictures really of his staff, you know, and him saying for the first time, we have enough to really pay our staff. And seeing the impact that our church has had to have across the world, and just supporting him. And he's not just a schoolmaster, a guy that runs a school. What else does that brother do?
Well, he's been a pastor for a church for several years.
Right.
They've recently had to move the church into the school facility to save money because they were renting in two places.
Right.
And education's been a big part of his life, and he has a certificate in child psychology and just finished a bachelor's degree in theology.
And he's still going to school.
And he's still going to school, and he's writing a thesis.
What I'm hoping to do is help him with this next season of ministry. So maybe you can just mention, you know, what they're planning on doing and how Reach Church and maybe others that are interested in helping him, how we can help.
Sure. Him and his staff of 10 is currently teaching what we call kindergarten through 8th grade. But then after 8th grade, he doesn't have the room or the facilities or the funding to get these kids to go beyond and get a high school diploma. It's very important in that society because of the fact that if you just go through 8th grade and you're out then you're back home or you're out in the streets, and you know, the goal is to stop, to find a property. He's located some properties there in the slum of Nairobi. Purchase the property, have enough room to expand to include a high school. And also I have located some sources that if we were able to raise enough money to purchase some land and build a building, the matching funds are out there, just waiting for us to be able to tap into.
You said about $25,000 that they would match.
Yes.
And so here's the ask. I know it's a big ask. We've raised money before, $25,000, and have somebody else, a foundation, match that. $50,000 can go a long way over there, and we could build a school, further the education for the community, you know, give them a good facility for a church, and just see this amazing work of God continue until Jesus comes back.
And if we can do that, I would be involved in those that want to come along and,
Right.
and some other people that I know
Right.
want to go down there and make sure
It happens.
it happens
Yeah.
and it's off the ground. So,
Awesome. All right, Kev, we appreciate you. Can't wait to see what the Lord does.
Me either.
You know, with this month, as he is the missionary of the month, but also in the upcoming years of what the Lord's going to do. So thank you. Thank you for serving so faithfully here, our church and Broomfield, both you and Sue. We just honor you and thank you. There's so much that you do behind the scenes, and just appreciate that. And then two, what you've been doing with Augustine has just been wonderful.
Well, thanks for all your support.
Yeah. All right. Well, there it is. God bless you guys, and we'll give you an update on how it goes.